Well, today we are about to find out if all the optimizations we made to this farm are going to be worthwhile. We've got roughly 50 acres of beans to harvest still. We'll see if these gleaners can get them off of the field, and then we'll see if we can make that $2 million I've been talking about. So after running a couple of different experiments with tram lines, for example, and then of trying to get our field moisture levels up to a decent amount, we'll see if it was worthwhile in the end. Oh boy, actually these beans, the moisture levels have definitely dropped off a lot. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we didn't do much to the beans. We have the pivots over on the cornfield, which we got a decent amount of corn off. I'm waiting for this traffic to go by and we'll move across. But the beans, we let them go because we got a lot of rain back in the spring. And it seems as like, it seems as like we had plenty of moisture. However, that's all kind of changed now, it seems like, as well. In we go. Let's break into this field and see if we can make a bit of a dent here and get some vehicles in here to help us out. Now, between that and the tram lines, some interesting experiments have been happening out on this farm in Michigan, guys. And yeah, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the productivity and the profits we've been making off of it. 6 tons per hectare is the reading we're getting right now. I thought we had 6.8 last year. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's lower than it has been in the past. I'm not sure now, though. Oh, there it goes. Now it's bumping up. There we go. All right, that should be plenty of space, even for Gertie to spin the truck around if we need her to out here. Lots of space. Just watch over those telephone poles, that's all. You know what? Before I move this equipment over to the other field, we should probably make sure we're full of fuel on all of our equipment. They tend to run out. You know what? It would have been fine, I'm sure, in the small field, but just to be safe. We'll take the case over, let that fill up, and we'll come back and grab it. We got the new rubber on the case, the 7250 as well, which will make life a little bit easier. Oh boy, look at the traffic coming at us. Make life a little bit easier for us, at least, going forward. Shouldn't have any more problems spinning out. There is so much traffic right now. Holy. We're gonna get out of here? Go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast. Nice, all right. Let's go unload that front combine. All right, everybody is set up, good to go. We can get into this field. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed the moisture content on this field didn't stay a little better. Like, it was up in the 20s, I thought, maybe about a month ago. But unfortunately, it just dropped off the last month, so that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, we do have rain coming as well, but then I'm not gonna be able to harvest this. So I gotta get through this as soon as I can. Before that rain falls today. Let's get going. All right, I think we've got everybody. Oh, don't hit the fence. Everyone's going in right now. Perfect. There we go. We got combines running. How are we doing there? Perfect. Everything looks like we're good to go as long as I don't drive through this fence. And hopefully we should be good to go. Perfect. All right, cool. So yeah, field's looking decent enough. Like I said, we're dropped. I would have been a little bit happier if moisture levels were a little bit better than they are, but at the same token, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, field moisture seemed to be something that is going to benefit us going forward if we can take care of this and find, maybe we put a pivot over here, it would get a little bit better. I was relying on, well, the rain to take care of that, and unfortunately, it worked to start with, and now as harvest season's here, it just dropped right on off. As for our other little issue, the tram lines over here, less than great. I mean, they kind of worked, but let's just say that on the big field, the 90, 100 acre field we have, that was the cornfield over on that side by the farm, that one, it worked actually not too bad. I mean, we had straight shots all the way across for our sprayer, and yeah, we were able to use that and spray that field down. It looked pretty darn good. I was actually really quite happy with it. Unfortunately, this field here with the beans, yeah, it had some issues, to say the least. There was no straight shots, it seemed like, except for maybe the headlands. And then a lot of those telephone poles that run through it, they didn't really know what to do, so we did put a big square around it. Yeah, not great, I have to say. So maybe there's some work that still needs to happen. I don't know what we need to do with that, but unfortunately, yeah, it didn't work out quite as well as I was hoping for. Now, I was looking at the bushels on the beans as well. It looks like we're getting about 6.8, what is it, tons per hectare, I think it was. Now, if this converter's correct, that means we're getting 250 bushels? Is that right? Guys, that seems like a lot. Is that right? Someone do the math on that for me, because I don't quite get the conversion between... Well, I don't get the conversion at all, to say the least. Yeah, I had to jump into a combine just to double check my math on that. Now we're at 9.3 tons per hectare. Is that right? So, let me see here. If I do the math on this, 9.3 tons per hectare. According to this calculator, let's see, hang on. That says that is roughly 340 bushels per acre, I guess that would be. That can't be right, is it? That seems like way too much to me, but please let me know. Could someone who's good at this stuff, because I never work in the bush. I don't work in that area. Let's be honest. I'm really doing my best to try to figure this out. I feel like I need to sit down and really figure out the equations on that to figure out the differences between the two. I wish we could change that as far as our minders go, and let us know what is it, bushels per acre rather than, was it tons per hectare. I wish we could adjust that in precision farming. That would be nice. Actually, can we? I don't know if we can. Let me double check. Nope, I don't see any options in precision farming for that. That's unfortunate. First load in. All right, it looks like we almost got a full headland done there before that combine was full. By the way, I'm having no problems with the new tires. Those new tires are dynamite. I love this. Okay, that's a nice little adjustment. I'm really digging how much of a change that made my life already just from doing that. So it's good to know that changing our tires makes that big of a difference for us. Just got to keep them fresh, I guess, especially on this thing, with towing carts around. Oh, whoops! See, look, I'm going too fast. That wasn't a problem beforehand. I'd sit there and spin them consistently instead. Love it. This is great. Oh, look at this, Gertie. Good job. Nice. I like it. Something that's working out fairly well, even without the tram lines going around the telephone poles properly. Well, I guess it is technically going around the telephone poles properly. It's just doing the rest of the job properly is, I guess, our problem. But that looked surprisingly good. How are we going to do back here? That doesn't look as promising for some reason. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. All right. I'm trying to unload this combine. She's not letting me get in a good spot to do it yet. Come on, there's one more pole, isn't there? Yeah, there is. It's going to be a bit more. We'll have to wait a second here. Keep going. All right, another load going in the truck. I think we're going to go dump this out right away. It's going to be pretty much full, so we'll wait till those combines come back around. You can see it on the far side right now, all three of them. Kind of making good headway already. I mean, we'll be done this another half an hour or so, I think, maybe a bit more. And it's only 50 acres-ish. We should be good. 48 acres, 45, something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, things are looking good right now. We'll get through these beans. 91% on this one, 45,000 liters. We'll see what we get out of this. I'm thinking that what we got last year for the actual sale price on both the beans, was the beans we sold high on? There was a ridiculous amount. For some reason, the great demand was through the roof for beans, and was like $7,000 per 1,000 liters. So I don't know if we're gonna get anywhere close to that this year, but I'm definitely willing to try. Looks like we're down to our last little bit of beans here. I think we're looking all right, guys. Like I said, I'm still getting pretty good yield up on the far side. This side of the field, not so much, but anything past where that combine is, that seems to be pretty high. We'll see what we ended up with. I'm really hoping we didn't do better than we did last year, but I just don't even know anymore. I can't judge anymore. I can't judge. Come on, let's go. Get out there. You got one more pass to go make, it looks like. That's it. Let's get going. Last load. We are done. We got it done in actually pretty good record. I wouldn't say record time, but not even. It's just after 2 o'clock. Both fields harvested. Dealing with traffic. Oh boy, that was reckless. All right, let's get this sold off or get this into the silo. I'll have to figure out when we can sell this stuff off again. Like I said, it was substantially. The beans went for so much last year. I look back, and I don't think we're gonna get that again. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky, and we'll be able to get another $7,500 or $7,000. If I can get $6,000 even, that'd be fantastic. But even high season, that seems a little bit redonkulous. In we go. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the beans. I'll check the markets here, and I'll find out when we talk again. We'll be ready to sell off. I think that's what it'll be, and we'll see how much we weighed from 150 acres here out on Michigan. We'll see what kind of money we made. All right, guys, it's March, and well, it's time to go sell everything off. We've got our first load ready to go. Snow is gone. We can go make some money on this on our sales here and see exactly if a little bit of extra work we did paid itself off. In fact, you know what, we could talk about that right now, because I think it did. Come on, Betsy, get going here. Slowly but surely. Yeah, we definitely got a higher yield, I do believe. I mean, from the smaller field, we ended up with almost 200,000 liters of beans. Now, beforehand, that we had beans on the big field, and that was netting us pretty much the same thing, just over 200,000. But that feels twice the size for a sale. Now, so twice the size field, was netting roughly the same amount of beans. I mean, the math is pretty simple on that. Yeah, of course we made better. Now, that being said, the beans weren't even fully like the moisture was, you guys saw, it was not great. Moisture levels were lower than expected. So yeah, that's not ideal. I mean, we could have made a lot more potentially. It's also nice to be getting that environmental score pretty much perfected. 30 grand extra. That's not bad. Last load. It looks like we have surpassed the $2 million, that $200 threshold. So we definitely made more this year. And I think we could have actually made even more if, well, quite honestly, if I would have switched the way the fields were, like the beans were on the big field, corn on the small field. Also, I'm losing roughly $2,000 per 1,000 liters of beans right now compared to what we sold it for last year. But that kind of brings me to another whole issue we've been having. Sure, just go right on by me, see if I care. No, guys, we haven't been able to get any difference in any of the values for any of the crops. Something's not quite working with the markets, and everything has been static since we harvested. I've been watching and following the markets. No change whatsoever. It's been the same value the whole time. So we're technically probably getting a little less than what I might be able to get when it was high season. I don't know. It seems like it just kind of stayed the same the whole way through, which, whatever, we're still making a lot of money. And I was more interested in the yield that we've got from our fields, rather than the actual value, because obviously yield is really what we wanted to know. Now what I should have done is probably planted the same crops on the same fields instead of switching, just for posterity. But whatever, you know what, we got the math, we did the math on it, we figured things out. And yeah, obviously irrigating fields properly and getting our environmental score and everything up. I mean, we've made over $2 million on these, and the value of the fields were less. So you can do the math yourself on that one. I mean, that seems like a win-win for me. So I guess to close out the harvest, I mean, yeah, of course, taking care of our fields, using precision farming to adjust our fields definitely seemed to make things more valuable. We got better yields off our fields, and that all seems to work out just fine. I can't complain with that. Now, one thing we need to talk about, the tram lines. The tram line situation, not great. It works on some fields. If there's any kind of disparity, or I don't know if that's the right word to use for that. If there's any irregularities in the field, you think you're going to have problems still with the tram lines. We'll see if that ever fixes itself or if there's an update that comes out for that. But as far as I'm concerned with that, I'll still use it, but we'll see how it adjusts itself in the future, and maybe we'll use it on fields and some, and maybe other ones not so much. That's all I can say. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us out here in Michigan, for at least for the time being. I think we're going to move on to greener pastures and see what else we could figure out. But this has been an interesting little playthrough to try and figure out some of these different options we have now in Farm Sim 25. So hope you guys enjoyed this one for sure, of course. Drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And guys, I will see you guys, well, soon enough, all right? Have a good one, guys. This is Klutch from Michigan. Over and out.